So welcome to yet another video. It's been a while since I uploaded something new. This week I thought we could do what's in my camera bag. I would like to show you what I'm using and why I'm using it, and yeah, so just follow along, and here is my gear. So I think I'm gonna start with lenses I have for now. I am recording on my Sony a7 III. Attached to that I have the Sigma 24mm f1.4 art. It's actually made for DSLRs and not mirrorless cameras, but Sigma decided to place an E-mount or an FE mount on the Sigma Art series before releasing their own mirrorless series, the new 35 f1.2 and the 40mm, yeah, and so on. And my second lens is the Sony FE85 1.8. It is my favorite of the two. It is tack sharp, absolute bang for the buck. It only costs about 600 bucks, I think. I've read and watched a lot of comparisons to the 85 1.4 G Master, which is I think new $1,400. It's way above double the price, so I think this is definitely worth every penny. I've had it for about 2 years now, I think. I used to use this on my A6000 on an APS-C crop sensor. This is the equivalent of, I think, 130mm. Sweet focus ring. It has a manual toggle button, autofocus, manual focus button. Amazing. If you're a Sony user, shoot photos, weddings, portraits, you're glad to have this. Okay, so on to the next one. This is actually not mine, but I get to borrow it whenever I want. It is the Sony a6300, which is about, I think, 5 years old, and it's a fantastic camera. And if you're considering starting photography, I would definitely recommend this. It has you can buy this used now for, I think, $600-700. That's about it. And also a thing that I borrow is this little bad boy. It's the GoPro Hero 5. It's not as good as the recent GoPros like the 7 and 8 because it don't have the same amount of stabilization, but it does the job. It does 4K, it does 25 frames per second that I need. It also does 120. It's a good camera. For the accessories, I have the Joby GorillaPod 3K kit. It always does the job. It is great for vlogging, and it does extend, and it can carry, I think, 3.5 kilos for around 100 bucks. It does the job, and it's amazing. And yeah. Next up is, of course, this is very recent. I bought spare battery for the a7 III. It is the MP-FC 100 batteries, which lasts twice as long as the old batteries. It's very handy to have one extra, of course. The house cap for the camera. Inside the a7 III now I'm using Lexar Professional 128 gig and 164 gig. This is my spare memory card. It's just Sony 32 gig. I don't really need anymore. I have a lot of other backup things and my computer with a lot of hard drives and external hard drives and so on. And this little bad boy, this is the Sony Remote DSLR 2. I bought this from Amazon for $30 or something. Oh, doesn't work. But yeah, this is very handy when you're doing time-lapse or anything like that. You can also take photos with a timer, and you can also zoom with the buttons there. You can see. Over to the next one, I have a simple power bank. Oh shit. It comes in handy when you're out on road trips and you don't have access to power supply, or where you can charge things. Sometimes you don't have access, and then it's very nice to have. And I bought this, which is the Hoya circular polarizer. I bought this for my A6000 when I had that, and when I had the Sigma 16mm on that one. So now this don't fit the Sigma 24 because it's a 67 size filter thread, and I think there is a 77 on the Sigma. But it fits my 85. So if you don't know how a polarizer works, it's a circular one, so you can mount it on the lens, so just screw it on, and you can see here, you can screw it around, and what that does, it removes reflections. So if you're out and about in the woods and taking some photos of a lake, or photos inside where you have reflections from the windows or from the water or from anything, this is very practical, and it's a good thing to have, and I can use it on the 85, so and it doesn't take that much space in my bag, so yeah, it's alright. Okay, so over to some of my most recent purchases, which is the Zhiyun Weebill S. This is a fantastic gimbal. I haven't gotten the time to use it as much as I hoped for, but I have some upcoming projects which I'm very excited for, and this is so easy to stabilize. You have a lock here, and I have a lock there, and I have a lock, and this is now balanced for the A7 III with the Sigma 24, and it works like a charm. This is the plate for it, which you mount on the camera like this. Just screw this on. It comes in very handy when I need it. And we're also going on a road trip this summer, and I can't wait to try it out there. We're going to Trolltunga, and I have some sick plans for that. I'm gonna test this bad boy out, and I can't wait. This one you can also unscrew. You can mount it there for the underslung mode, which I love. It actually isn't a problem for me, because I managed to do it anyways. As you saw, I have the plate here. I have two Peak Design pouches with a plate for the Weebill S, so that you can get your camera higher up. I also have this one. I will show you more of this one. So I carry this, and I carry this in the pouch. It's very handy. I also have a Manfrotto plate on my Manfrotto tripod, which I also keep in this one. This is the second pouch from Peak Design. This is fantastic quality, and this comes with some things I'm going to show you later, which also has to do with this one. And in here I have all the extra thingy things. There is some umbracos. I'm not sure what you call it in English, but this is umbraco in Norwegian. That's it for that. Okay. Peak Design Slide Light Gray. As you probably know, Peak Design have the amazing design with the clip-on things that you can just clip on and off when you don't need the slide. It's fantastic quality, nice to look at. It's a nice color, has a nice logo there, and yeah, very well done and fantastic design. So on to the next thing on the list. This is actually the bag for the Sigma 24. So in here I have the charger for the batteries for the Weeble S. I have a bag with cleaning accessories, some cloth, spray, and a fluffy thing which I can try to clean the cloths as often as I can. I keep it always in this one. I don't lock it because it smells like shit. And different kind of cables. It's a USB-C cable for the GoPro actually. Apple charger with mini USB cable. One for the power bank and one for, I'm not sure. It's a lot of cables and I can't really remember all the time what everything is. So this one. This is the newer camera insert. I bought this from Amazon. I think it was 15 bucks or something. I got a lot of compartments, as you can see. I have the camera here, I have the GorillaPod and the external grip for the gimbal. Here I have the 85 and I have the remote control with the polarizer and the power bank inside here. I have the microphone, which I'm going to show you later, inside here, and the GoPro also is stored together here with the Peak Design slide light and of course the Peak Design pouches. I fit exactly everything inside here. It's a little bit tight. It's getting old now. I think I've had it for 5 years, 4 years maybe. But it works. It's not very good quality, but stores basically everything I have in my camera bag. So this does the job. Yeah. And for the next part, I'm gonna show you what else I have in my camera bag. This is mainly just essentials. I have a pair of homemade gloves. Because in Norway it's cold for 8-9 months of the year. So my mother made these wool gloves, I think. For me, when I'm outside shooting, I can take out my hand there. Thank you, Mom. And of course I have a beanie, which smells like a bonfire right now because I was outside last weekend. I have to wash that. And I have a first aid kit. It's not that much, but it covers minor injuries when we're out shooting. It's very practical. But to the one funny thing I have is the Motorola DP3441. I have 3 of these. We use this when we're out shooting in the woods and very practical. You can just... Joakim, ta så och flytta lite längre dit. This is an essential for me. This is so good to have. And of course, the last thing in my camera bag is a flashlight. Very concentrated, this light. Adjust it around there. I also have this LED bar. So that was the essentials of my camera bag. Some more important than others. I forgot to show you this one. This is my camera bag. Well, it's not a camera bag, but it is the douchebag bastard 30 liter J. Alvarez version. This is not handy as a camera bag. I love the design of the douchebags. I love that you can use all the different hookup systems to attach one bag to another. I love all the different compartments. A laptop sleeve. You got a compartment here. You got just the inside things here. And I have the camera insert inside this, and there is a little bit more room here, which I have the gimbal inside. Yeah, But I have one more thing to show you, which I promised before, which has to do with this one. That is the Peak Design capture clip. Okay, so now I have the A6300 here with the Peak Design plate mounted on the camera itself, and I have the Peak Design camera clip here mounted with 2 screws, and it's very tight, it does not come off. Now I can just take the camera and slide it in, and it keeps the camera in place and does not fall off. It's practical. And I will just release the camera with this button here, and I'm ready to ship. I think that concludes this video, what's in my camera bag 2020. So thank you all for watching this video. Consider subscribing, like the video, and leave a comment if you have any questions. As always, I will link everything of my gear above. Bye bye. Ha det bra.